At the heart of the Hugh Person Project is a discovery. The Hugh Person Project is a new executive design house which guides leaders towards a new way of seeing and a new way forward for genuine stewardship of self, company, and the world.
You summit, and then there's another summit, and then there's another summit, and the summits will always are ongoing. And that's a part of being able to be current with the changes in the world and the future that wants to happen. And so in terms of a CEO and a CEO's dilemma, there seems to be a beginning amount of information on quantum leadership and quantum organization and all that, except it doesn't quite understand what quantum is. So they put a kind of a current buzzword name on it. And then folks are talking about consciousness in business. And what they mean by consciousness is either mindfulness, which is not consciousness, or having a conscience and doing the right thing. And all of that is really good. And it's not consciousness.
Part of the problem with the collapsing of distinctions where we have conscious business is really just conscience business. It's kind of in the line of that confusion is when there seems to be a kind of making consciousness a place or a thing that you get to, like, and now you're conscious, right?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Instead of it's a continuum, right? When we say consciousness in business, it's not like you get your diploma and now you're conscious, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or that there's a place that now you're conscious, or that it's a thing that you can acquire. It's an ongoing, unfolding, growing, expanding, becoming more conscious. Like, yeah. What does that mean? So when we're talking about consciousness in business, it is helpful to be present to, like, when we say consciousness, that it's not an endpoint and it's not a thing and it's not a place. It's a direction and
it's a direction.
Expanding of possibility and awareness. And that is like the mountaintop thing. You're like, there's always another peak. It's further, deeper, wider, more inclusive, transcendent, include, transcendent, include, transcendent, include. So like we say, the life mission, the question of your why, what, and who isn't a one and done. Consciousness is certainly not a one and done. It's not an anytime done. Like about the time you think you've really got it and you're done with your growth of your consciousness, this is the time that you kind of lost it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you just like signed it over to something if you think you're done in terms of growing in your consciousness.
Yeah.
And that would be a clue for you that you're not. If you think you're done, then that would be a clue to say you might want to recalibrate that, right? So that's part of the discussion, that this whole thing about consciousness in business, conscious business, consciousness in business,
yep.
As far as I can see, for the most part, is a kind of let's not define it.
Yep.
And or it's like this thing that you acquire.
Yeah, almost like best practices. And you do that and you'll acquire this thing.
Instead of an ongoing thing that, yes, will make an absolute difference in your business. It will make a difference in your business. Yeah. But not because you've reached a certain point and now you've got it. But because it is an ongoingly unfolding thing, it will continue to have you challenging and recalibrating yourself over and over, looking to transcend and include your last success and transcend and include your inquiry, like the level to which you held yourself accountable or you held yourself up to inquiry and scrutiny is ongoing. Like, even though you succeeded, however you define that,
yeah,
then your ongoing increasing inquiry into expansion of consciousness, growth of consciousness would have you re-examining everything all the time, ongoingly, which is your real hope for keeping up with the exponential change that's happening. Because the minute you think you have it, you're about to be run over by the next exponential change.
Yep.
So there's no, I have it. There's no endpoint, really. And that there's no endpoint is actually the good news.
You've been listening to the Hugh Person Project, where leading with the future is the difference that makes the difference. Thank you to Lindsay Sterling for the evocative music. If you'd like to stay tuned to further episodes, please subscribe to this podcast. See you in the next episode.